This happens every year. Every damn year, from the night of December 31st to January 1st, I pop tranquilizers to shut down and not perceive anything. It all started when I was 7. Back then, we lived in a small 2-story house. The Christmas tree sparkled. The president congratulated the country on TV, and then the chimes rang. Children's champagne was poured for me and my little sister. We were happy that everything was grown up, and we waited for a miracle. After all, today is New Year's, which means the most incredible things can happen. We didn't notice when Dad winked at Mom and disappeared. An hour passed, 2, and Mom began to worry. Us, not understanding anything, were sent to bed. And in the morning, they found my father dead in the chimney with a full red sack of gifts. The doctor said he had a broken spine. Mom cried all the time, and we left our little house. It seemed like everything would be fine. We moved to the city to Mom's aunt, a very religious woman. Mom said that surrounded by icons, she felt safe. On the morning of January 1st, she was found dead in the stairwell. When they carried the body out, I briefly saw Mom. She was all blue, but very beautiful. She seemed to me like the Snow Queen. After Mom's death, Aunt didn't leave us for a step. We were smudged with incense from head to toe, and in our children's room, stern faces of saints stared at us from the walls. My little sister was very afraid of them. She said she saw them smiling at her. I petted her head but didn't believe her. It seemed to me she was just very scared. I first saw that creature on the 16th New Year. I was sitting in the kitchen with my laptop until late. I wanted to make tea and glanced at the frozen window. There, behind the frosted glass, 2 black eyes were staring at me. They captivated my gaze, and there was such deadly terror in them that I screamed and ran out of the kitchen. The awakened aunt illuminated the window with a cross sign, but of course it didn't help. On the 17th New Year, it took my sister. I still curse myself for leaving her alone for a trivial matter. When I returned to the apartment, a chilling cold pierced me. It was strangely dark, and steam billowed out of my mouth. Ugly shadows seemed to be everywhere, contorting with each of my cautious steps. Mumbling a prayer, I turned the handle of our room door. My sister sat with her back to me. It took me a moment to discern a huge shadow, blacker than darkness, swirling in front of her face. I called her name softly, and the shadow, or whatever seemed like it, mockingly turned her towards me. My sister's face froze in a grimace of horror. Her eyes rolled under her eyelids, and she was disgustingly bluish-purple. The faces of saints from the icons turned into demons, baring their gaping mouths. Their empty black eye sockets watched me. The swirling shadow moved towards me, and I fainted from terror. Iron helps against it and the shadows. Against unclean forces, pagan iron always helps, but I don't want to test it at all. It can even injure it. So, at least old pagan books write, but I don't want to find out. It was once called Saint Nicholas, but it prefers another name, which whispers persuasively to me in my dreams. I won't utter that name out loud, don't even make me, because by uttering the demon's name, you may summon it.